You've chosen the River's Edge reading. You can find the timestamp in the description box below. I've brought us to Wells Grey today to see some of the most beautiful waterfalls in BC, and to ask the tarot cards a very Piscean question. What lies beneath the surface that needs our attention? Every new and full moon I take you into nature to spend some peaceful time close to the elements, where I tap into some advice for you using the timeless wisdom of tarot cards. Listen to your reading, think about what you want, set one intention.
Can't even explain how great it feels to chase a waterfall for a Pisces new moon.
And I'll see you here in 1 week for the half moon check-in, for strategies to help you stick to any new or full moon intentions you make today. Each of us is a Pisces in our birth chart somewhere, which means each of us acts Piscean in a certain part of our life. Where in your life do you put imagination, universal love, and mystery first above all else? I have Pisces in the second house of money and self-worth. Anybody here need a tarot reader? The Pisces part of you is having its yearly new moon this week. Enjoy your readings this week. Come back again next week. We'll keep trying together. Hello everybody, welcome to your reading by the River's Edge. So in honor of the Pisces new moon, the question that I'm asking today is, what lies under the surface that needs your attention? When I look at your reading, what I see needs your attention is that you're facing a disappointment and it's got you stuck when there's absolutely no need for you to be stuck. I actually feel that this is a disappointment that you feel you disappointed yourself. I don't think this is from another person. And actually, I think it's talking about some big step you took on your path and it just didn't go the way that you wanted it to go. And you're very critical of yourself about it. And it has you stuck. So at the heart of your reading, your energy is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is about letting our mind run the show. You're letting your disappointment run the show and put you in a cage that isn't even there. In the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith on the Eight of Swords, there is a person standing blindfolded, loosely roped, and they can undo their own knots and take down their blindfold anytime they want. So the message for you, what lies underneath the surface that requires your attention? You need to see yourself clearly again after what I think should be treated as a little disappointment, not a big disappointment. I actually think you accomplished something big, because what's crossing you in the heart of your reading is the World card. The World card is always a big end. Now, the funny thing about the World card is sometimes when we reach a big end, we feel like celebrating. But for many of us, especially those of us who don't see ourselves clearly, those of us who are overachievers, we actually almost can never celebrate what we achieve. But the World card is crossing you. You did achieve something that you set out to achieve, and it fell flat. But I have a feeling it only fell flat for you. You are surrounded by cards that tell me you are on the right path. You know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly where you're heading. This is just a hiccup. And I'm not even sure if you asked other people that they would agree that this fell flat. So your first homework is to actually ask trusted people. So that thing I just did, what did you think about that? So that accomplishment I just had, how did that land for you? How did you see me in it? What did you see me getting out of it? Do you see it leading anywhere? When you have the Eight of Swords, I think it's very good to get outside trusted opinions. When I look up the central core of your reading, at the bottom we have the Hierophant, at the top we have the Ten of Coins. You already have authority, you already have mastery and knowledge within what you're trying to do, and you're on the right track. You're heading towards the Ten of Coins. This is a legacy achievement for you. And I'm not saying the thing that just happened is where you should end. I think you're going forward beyond that. But I think you need to understand that you're the 9 of coins in this spread. So at the heart, we have the 8 of swords, where you're feeling trapped by this disappointment. But what's helping you is the 9 of coins energy. I mean, look at this person. This person is perfectly poised, perfectly abundant, perfectly at ease, and they're actually enjoying a moment of peace and prosperity. So what's in the way of you enjoying this moment? I think you achieved something. Why are you so hard on yourself? I understand that whatever it is that you attempted, it's really important to you, because in the recent past I see the Ace of Wands, and here it's a woman in front of a blank canvas who has this Mona Lisa smile. She perfectly knows of something quite incredible that she wants to attempt. And I think you attempted it. But somehow she morphs into the Queen of Swords. Now, Queen of Swords energy is logistics, strategy, reality. I mean, in today's world, you need that kind of know-how in order to push forward whatever it is you're trying to get done. But she can also, on the shadow side, be critical. She can compare to others. She's the thief of joy if you're not careful. And that leads to your energy. You are the moon energy, and outside of you is this disappointment that I've been highlighting. Lately, I've got to know a little bit more about the moon card energy. So I ran into this person's work, Carolyn Elliott, and she wrote a book called Existential Kink. And I'm totally obsessed and fascinated with these ideas in this book right now. And what her work is about is if there is repetitive negative patterns in your life, patterns that tend to go over months and years into your past, that particular negative energy, our subconscious enjoys it. And we keep recreating that pattern out in the world because our subconscious can't get enough of it. But her fix is to let yourself enjoy a negative pattern in your life. Get quiet enough to feel the pattern in you, to feel how familiar it is, and to actually notice that there isn't that much of a difference in your body between excitement and fear, pleasure and aversion. So maybe our conscious mind, she says, doesn't want this negative thing in our life, and we'd like to get past it. But because it's repetitive in our life, there's a piece of us that really enjoys it. And she says the only way past it is through. Give in to this delicious disappointment that you have going on, because I have a feeling that this is a pattern in your life. Whenever you've accomplished something, have you noticed a letdown right after? So right now, the Pisces New Moon in the next couple of weeks is asking you to dig in to this repetitive negative letdown that you feel every time you actually achieve something you set out to do. It's never quite enough for you, is it? And I hate to tell you this, but you're an incredibly capable person. And your oracle card is a grand trine, blessings. So a grand trine in an astrology chart is when 3 planets are each 120 degrees away from each other. And that particular angle are considered harmonious in astrology. They're supportive. People born with grand trines are born with blessings. They're born with talents. Now, here's the thing about astrology. The harmonious parts of our personality we ignore, we take for granted. It's the sharp edges in our life that get our focus and force us to learn new skills and get over them because we really want to. We're motivated to get out of bad circumstances. But the good stuff, we just assume, oh, everybody must be able to do that. I'm just like everybody else. But that's not true. You have special talents, you have special blessings. And this reading is showing me all your blessings and that you yourself have the ability to get yourself out of this disappointment. You just have to be willing to stumble around in the dark for a little while. Here we have the King of Wands. He's one of my favorite Kings of Wands in this deck. And it's a blind man running a race with everybody behind him supporting him. And you just know he's going to be victorious. And your reading ends with the Star card, with a woman, hand outstretched, pulling people out of the rubble. You are going to pull yourself out of this disappointment. But my message to you is, I think this is a repetitive pattern for you to put yourself down after you achieve something. So for this Pisces new moon, I think it's time to dig below the surface. Maybe look up this book, Existential Kink. Maybe take some quiet moments and feel into this disappointment. Is it familiar? Does it come from your family? Does it come from your past? Do you feel like it keeps getting recreated? Is it something you really don't want in your life anymore? Well, if that's true, it's time to embrace it. It's time to invite it in gently. What is it it's trying to tell you? Why can't you be satisfied with yourself, with your talents? Because I see that your talents, they're basically a runaway train you can't stop. I am not worried about you in any way. In fact, I don't think you can help setting the very next goal. So ask yourself, do you want to feel the way you feel right now once you accomplish that? Because I have no doubt that you are going to accomplish it. So take a quiet moment now to be with your pain. Invite it in for a hug. Bring it home.